You can tell, though, Tom Brady isn't that fun guy, though.
No.
He is who he is.
He was captain strategic.
Very much so.
Okay?
Yeah.
Taken away from
Sports
The
show.
barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me.
How you doing? You are listening to the Sports Show, episode 306. Just seems so long ago we were watching recording our milestone 300 show.
I know, right?
Don't forget to follow us on the channels. And I know some of you are taking our advice because I see the numbers. We're growing. We're growing everywhere. The Amy has taken this thing, and it's a rocket ship to the stratosphere.
She's on a heater herself right now. She can't be stopped.
She can't be stopped.
It's like
crazy.
She got a little taste, and she goes, you know what? I missed this. I'm going to take these guys to the moon, Jerry.
I think ever since I met Mom, I think Mama is putting in a good word for us.
I think
said, you know what?
Right.
I like those boys.
Uh-huh.
Keep doing what you're doing. Amy, we love you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
To you.
Instagram, Podbean, Spotify, the YouTube channel. It's all the same, at Sports Show Podcast. Look for the blue and white logo. That's us.
Yeah.
Get the content. And now Amy's doing the YouTube shorts, the Facebook, the Instagram short, like everything. The reels, this is out of control. But thank you for following us. Please continue to follow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And tell one friend.
One friend.
Tell
And
one
then
friend.
Tell that friend to tell another friend.
That's right.
The next thing you have is COVID. That's it. It's that easy.
What's happening, partner? What's going on?
Oh, you know me, just hanging out. Long week. I got to admit, I couldn't wait for Saturday because I feel like our Saturday mornings, we have our cafe.
Yeah.
We talk our sports. We do our shows. It's the best part of the week. It really, for me, it is. And so I look forward to it. You know what I mean?
No arguments here.
And then, we gone through our day, and then a Saturday night beverage is not so bad either. You know what I mean?
Now that I'm back on.
Hey.
Now that I'm back on.
Did you miss it? Be honest.
I did and I didn't.
I hear you.
Those moments of clarity when you're sharp.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I miss that. That's good. But it's also good when it hits your lips, baby. Like the thing is Easter is just strategically and conveniently timed during spring.
Right.
So by the time you're done, you're basically rolling into end of spring and a nice transition into summer. Because I'm going to tell you, you give me a nice daytime and nothing to do and a cold fridge.
Yeah, I know.
I'm there.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, I'm there, Jerry.
Let me tell you a little something, right? So you know me. I'm minding my own business. I was perusing the nets. And what took over this week, and I'm not a sucker all the time for all the hoopla. Like, you got to show me. If you're going to, pump the tires of something, you got to back it up. Mm. And what am I talking about? Hey, Netflix. I applaud you. The roast of Tom Brady is maybe the juggernaut of shows that I've watched over the last little while. Like, they had every great comic. They had athletes that we haven't seen and talked to in a little while. And, of course, you got the guy that everybody loves. If you hate him, you'll still like him somehow. It's the Tom Brady. Dude, it was 3 hours. When I first turned it on, I'm like, this is 3 hours? Oh, this is going to be long. I could have watched it again right after I finished it.
I believe that.
It was so well done. Like I said, all the All-Stars came out. I'm sure you watched it too. My number one, the MVP of the show goes to Nikki Glaser. That was maybe one of the best sets I've seen in a long time. And dude, to say that I didn't know the comics, I think you and me are very similar this way. We follow these comics. We know who they are. And they were all top-notch. But some better than others. Nikki Glaser, Tony Hinchcliffe knocked it out of the park. Yeah. And, of course, Kevin Hart being your MC isn't a bad thing either.
No, it's not the worst thing that's happened.
No.
It was, look, if you're going to have the best of the best, get the best of the best.
They did.
That's how I see it. Look, Netflix, this company, man, they're capitalizing on all this stuff. WWE contract, doing the roast with Tom Brady, making it a live and marquee event. And it was so well done.
Yes.
And it was so well done. And there's something to be said about someone who will go on those shows.
Right.
knowing how ruthless those comics are known to be. That's the best part.
Buddy, Tom Brady, I mean, if he didn't prove to you before that he was the GOAT, this shows you the other side of him. Now, follow me. 7-time Super Bowl champs, 10 times to the Super Bowl, all great accomplishments athletically. To get there sometimes, you have to be mentally on top of it.
Yeah.
When some people say, oh, the comment section doesn't bother me, or I don't care what people say about me, people will say it, but they can't, but they're showing you in other things they do, they're like, no, it bothers you. Tom Brady sat there and took shots about his marriage, took shots a little bit about his kid. The only thing that really got him going was when they said something about Robert Kraft, but everything else was free and clear. They called him, you know, a homosexual a few times, and I'm being nice in the way I said it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't care, took it like a champ, and then at the end when he got up, I applaud him again because I know this stuff's written for him, but I don't care.
Yeah.
He delivered great. You know who was the worst? Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how this guy's an actor and has made it as far as he has, but Ben Affleck, like, dude, Gronk made you look like you never read off a teleprompter in your life. Like, the Gronk, man, that's another thing. That guy is everything he signed up to be and another bag of chips.
He may be the funnest athlete
Yes.
ever
100%.
to be friends with.
100%.
And then I look at him and Edelman
yeah.
together, and I say, that's a combination.
100%.
Like, how much fun are they having? So I've concluded.
Right.
I need, in my next Vegas trip,
Yeah.
I need Edelman,
Yeah.
I need Gronk,
Yes.
and I need Ovi.
Yeah.
And if I have those three,
Yeah.
of course, Mitch.
Well, hey,
Hey, come on.
Well, come on.
Come on.
That would be a good combo.
Think of the fun we'd have.
It would be great.
These guys are out of control.
You can tell, though, Tom Brady isn't that fun guy, though.
No.
He is who he is.
He was captain strategic.
Very much so.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just he's going to pick his spots when he goes out. But the guy can pound beers back faster than anyone. Did you ever see that on Kimmel? He took it in 2 gulps or whatever years ago.
He's
Guy's
the
a
master
beast.
of everything.
He's a
He's the
beast.
master of everything.
You know what else I love about those comedy roasts? It just reminded us.
Yeah.
And this is what made me happy. That comedy is a safe zone.
Yes.
For whatever it is that you want to say for the purposes of comedy. And if you don't like it, just turn it off and walk away.
Exactly. It was a reminder to everybody. A joke is a joke is a joke. And here's the thing. Even Tom Brady, buddy, right at the beginning, went up to Jeff Ross, who created this whole roast thing.
Yeah.
And when he had made a comment about Robert Kraft, he goes, hey, cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you're allowed to do that. That's fine. Go up, say your thing. If you go a little offside, somebody will stop you.
What was your play on that?
You know what? I actually kind of respect it a lot, and I'll tell you why.
Me
the
too.
roast was about Tom Brady. Robert Kraft is an older gentleman, and guys, if you remember the story, yeah, he got caught. He was having a little pleasure at the thing. It was after his wife, who he had been married to for so many years, died of cancer. The guy needed a little time to himself. Like, just happened to be a bad day he went. That's all it was. The raid happened on the Saturday.
Reviews.
He checked his review. He goes, I'm open on a Saturday. And he went in. Okay, whatever. Like, but no, I think that also shows to his character.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with my boys. And they brought Belichick and Kraft back together to all like do a shot together and be friends again. I don't know. I thought it was so well done.
I respect Tom Brady even more. And it just goes to show you what kind of captain and leader he was. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you say anything about me, I don't care. You don't touch this guy. He's not defenses guy. He's not here. And I get it because it wasn't there. I think that's what triggered.
Yeah.
It's like, the guy's not even here, man.
Yeah. You know what? Kevin Hart, I think, is such a good improv MC guy. Do I think he's as funny? Like, if I can just go on the comic side, those comics are excellent. Like Bert and Tom Segura. I love Tom Segura. If you haven't seen his Netflix special, get on there and watch it. It's excellent. They were the ones I thought they were going to maybe steal the show. They weren't as good as the rest. Nikki Glazer again.
Tony Hitchcliffe or whatever.
That was so good, man.
To me, he was number one.
Yeah, and throw in the Schultz. Andrew Schultz there was he was good too. His haircut, I couldn't get my eyes off his haircut, to be quite honest.
He's got a thick stash.
It's a thick stash.
Like,
Yeah.
he went all out on it.
Yeah, he did. But Gronk had some good lines too, man. You know what I mean? But Nikki Glazer's imitation of Gronk, best. I think that's really what everyone's talking about.
I am going to watch it again.
Yeah, you have to.
Because sometimes with comedy, I laugh so hard that I actually forget what they said. And then I gotta go back to remember it.
It's like this show. If you listen to it once, it's good. Listen to it the second time, I promise you it gets even better.
It does. Oh, and don't we know it?
And you know what's also better the second time around? The second round of the playoffs.
Whoa!
We're off. Last week, we left you on a cliffhanger. 2 of them, in fact. One, it was, I don't know. It was a little Dallas taking on, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the LTIR, defending Stanley Cup champions. They were down early. The Dallas Stars were 2-0. They come back, and they end up winning the series in a Game 7 fashion. It's the Dallas Stars now taking on Colorado. We'll get to that in a minute. But where we all have to start, because it is what it is. We're in Canada. Dimitri, I don't know if you had heard. The Toronto Maple Leafs were in a Game 7 against the Boston Bruins. It's happened like 100 times between these two teams over the last couple of years, okay? These guys go at it. We didn't know what to expect. Boston was up 3-1. Then all of a sudden, it's tied at 3. All the good players, like Nylander didn't play the first 3. Then Matthews took the last 2 off, then shows up for Game 7. Mitch Marner wasn't really playing very well. Tavares is there, but he's not there. No one knows what's going on. And at the end, they go into overtime. And hey, Boston fan, I applaud you guys because there are plays that are set in hockey. And I've always said, hockey's the hardest game to play because in football, you're like, hey, you go that way, and we'll make it happen, right? In hockey, you tell a guy, I'll be over there. Well, he was right off the boards, grabs the puck. Pasternak, who was called out by his coach, beautiful play, end it. They go on and they're meeting Florida.
Can't believe a set play worked in the NHL.
Absolutely
like
worked.
Like to the T. And the other thing, too, is they got a bit of a lucky bounce as well.
Sure.
The way it came out the boards. But
that's how you know your rink.
But that's the play.
Yeah, it's the play.
I couldn't believe it.
What are your thoughts now with Toronto having lost Game 7? I don't know if you heard again. They axed the coach. Keefe's gone. He's out. Brendan Shanahan has come out, the president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and said basically, listen, I kind of take responsibility here. Do you think they're going to break up the 4 horsemen? Do you think that? And B, did Keefe kind of deserve to be fired based on the scenario and what's happened?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Like, everyone's kind of to blame here. So, they're not doing anything with the GM because they just did something with the GM.
That's a good point.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, that one is now, okay.
Treliving safe.
You just got here. We've already fixed that problem.
Right.
They got unlucky with Babcock in the terms of they had this 8-year deal, right? And then all of a sudden things came out with them.
Yeah.
So, they got the fix.
He's out.
Well, guess what? This coach has had a few years to make a splash with the team that is pretty dang good on paper.
Sure.
You got your number 1 goal scorer. You've locked up all these guys. They've been together for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is next to go.
Yeah.
Because this is now the last stand for the players. And at first I'm like, why would you let the coach, I was thinking, why the coach and not blow it up? But if you actually look at the contracts, where they're standing, Tavares has a year or 2 left. I'm not sure his deal. You just locked in the Nylander. The Matthews you just signed last year to lock him up for a bit. So, yeah, you know what? GM changed. Coach changed. Players.
Yeah.
This is the last stop to blow it. And they're on the verge of blowing it up. And I think that's the right call because there does come a point where you just kind of let things be, just let it be, and let's just see, ride it out because maybe this was just the unlucky year for them, right?
You know what? The Keefe thing, when they first hired him, I'm going to tell you, when I first heard of him coming, he's in the Marley, their AHL affiliate, and they brought him up, and the guy played in the NHL, and you look at him, you're like, you know what? He would be a great coach probably anywhere else. The problem is Toronto and the lights and the stage is a big one. And the minute I heard it's kind of like this chair. Does it work? Sure. The minute I sat down, I knew it's not the best chair. I wouldn't buy this chair. That's how I always felt about Keefe. It's like, it's okay, not great. I will tell you right now, the core four's got to go. Because what they did prove is this. Are they all talented? Yes. But none of them are that killer that we saw last night, for example, in that Edmonton-Vancouver series. And we'll get to that because we have an exclusive, by the way. We have an exclusive here today. You'll see. Matthews, when they needed him, got sick. He wasn't there. Nylander missed the first 3 games. When he did show up, the guy was fired. Makes you wonder if he's sticking around, they would have been there. So he sticks around, plus they gave him the money. Mitch got dogged the whole time. Mitch is going to be gone. He's the odd man out. And Tavares, I would honestly try to get rid of Tavares too, but no one's going to take him at his age in the scenario. So Mitchie's gone, but he's got a no trade. So the problem is it's either give him 12, he doesn't deserve 12, or you got to ship him somewhere where he wants to go. And at that time, like we all know, when the other team knows that, he needs out, you're not really getting a lot back.
Right, so
there's a little bit of a problem in Toronto when it comes to that. What they did prove is this, what we've all been saying, what everyone's been saying. They need a goalie. They need some better defense. They need something because O'Reilly is not that guy. Don't get me wrong. Great defenseman, but he's not a number one. He's not. He showed that. And I'm not saying it was his fault in that play against Pasternak, but, he wasn't really that relevant throughout this whole playoffs. I'm sorry, Toronto fan. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I'm not sorry. Toronto, you got outclassed again by a team that just is better overall and wanted it more than you guys. That's how I see it.
It was just killer instinct at the end.
Killer instinct.
Yeah.
That's it. So we move on to the second round, and let's just start with the easy one because they're almost done. In fact, they might be done tonight. The Rangers slapped around Washington. Now they take on Carolina. And ladies and gentlemen, as we speak right now, it's 3-0 for the Rangers. They're about to maybe sweep and go on an 8-game heater, meaning, 1-2 sweeps in a row against this Carolina team. Dimitri, thoughts on what the heck is wrong with Carolina?
I think I called it by not calling it. Is that last week I believe I said, great, the Rangers are the team that I'm going to actually vote against every series, but they're going to probably win the Stanley Cup.
Right.
They're really showing it right now. These are no slouch teams. Again, Carolina, I got a sweet spot for them, or a soft spot for them. Mm-hmm. I'm a little upset. Overtime games, these are crushing.
Yeah.
These are crushing. But
right.
To the Rangers' credit, they've been down in some of these games.
Yeah, they're
coming back, and they're finishing, and they're finishing.
They're finishing.
Okay?
I think I said goaltending is going to be the key here, and I think it has been.
I think you're right. But they're buzzing, too.
They got
there's
it.
some teams, when they're on, they can't be stopped.
Well, some teams, look, we made fun of Winnipeg last week. Somebody called them out and called them a fraudsters. They put it up on their bulletin board, and they proved everyone right. A lot of people were calling the Rangers fraudsters, too, going, you guys have kind of a good record against sub-500 teams, but you can't beat the good teams. The Carolina Hurricanes, on paper, might be the most complete team out of everyone left standing.
Right.
And they're playing around with these guys.
Yeah.
And you got to start saying, hey, Ranger fans, maybe you guys are better than we thought. Maybe you guys actually are the real deal. Absolutely.
Give them some love.
Absolutely. What I was going to say is this. Carolina, if you guys don't end up winning the series, 1 second ago, I just told you, there's an opening in Toronto. And Rod Brindamore's name has been circling around. And you want to talk about a guy that's got the bravado, that's got the rod, the bod, he's got the name, he's synonymous with winning. Seattle Kraken have been making a couple of shots trying to get Brindamore. Hey, Seattle, go find something else to do because if that position is still available, Mr. Brindamore, I can tell you right now, is going there. Other people are saying it's somebody else that's going to be going over. The chief from the previous head coach for the St. Louis Blues is a shortlisted name, but I think they're holding back until they see if Brindamore is available right now.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
A little Berube. Craig Berube is on the short list.
Berubes.
But who would you rather have, Berube or Brindamore?
Brindamore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but Berube is a Stanley Cup champ.
Yeah, I get it, but look what Brindamore's done with that team.
Yeah.
For years,
but
there's a good track record.
But Berube remember, he's the guy that when they were the worst team in the league, turned them around and they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but at the same time, that was an underperforming stack team.
True.
Look at that roster.
Some people would say maybe Toronto's that kind of team.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
Stay tuned and find out. We move over to Boston, who we said knocked out Toronto in a Game 7. They're taking on, I think we're literally witnessing the start of a new a new huge rivalry between Florida and Boston. They're in the same division. They definitely don't like each other. The guys from Boston taking on the guys from Boca. You don't know what's going on. Long story short, it's 2-1 Florida in this series now. First game, Boston came out smashing. Florida came out fighting the second. Pasternak even dropped the gloves with Kachuk. Dude, Florida I watched that game yesterday. When they're on, guys, they're on. Why did I go against you guys? Why?
I think they're doing this deliberately because of you, for you.
I think they are.
Yeah, I think this is a targeted attack.
I think you're right.
Mitch, you know what? You know what's concerning?
What's that?
When you pop 5-6 goals, right? That's not good for Boston.
Against the Swayman.
Against the Swayman, right? Because now you're just going to have goalie controversy.
Yeah, it's true.
So you run with the Swayman. Well, okay, you got your double goal. It's not good.
It's not
I don't
good.
think this is looking good for Boston.
It doesn't look good for Boston. It just doesn't. And now Bennett's back. I mean, literally, it's Florida's to lose. Florida's just looking good, and everyone's starting to get better.
Yeah.
The Reinhardts, the Kachucks, the Bennetts are back. The Montours. I guess Montour's shot's not as hard as we thought. It didn't break his hand. You wimp. The next series, let's get into it. It's a little Colorado taking on Dallas. Now, Dallas is your team. You shouldn't have went against your Dallas from the beginning either. But this is a good example of why the NHL has to start looking at the playoff format. This could actually be a Stanley Cup final. If you took like 1-16, they shouldn't be playing each other in the second round. This is craziness.
I
but
know.
Colorado, man, I got to give them some credit. I really do. I don't give them enough credit. Where I didn't give the Rangers credit until the last couple of weeks, I think it's time I give Colorado some credit because they got it all too. And maybe they just aren't as flashy and fun, but McKinnon is that boss that makes you work, bro. Makar is leading, tied with Connor right now. Maybe after last night not, but Makar's got the second most amount of points in the playoffs right now. Nikushkin's got 9 goals. McKinnon's doing what he's got. This team's Ratanen's there. This team's actually more stacked than I think.
Man, it's so fortunate for the fan, unlucky for the teams playing it.
Yeah.
And if you think Vegas, Dallas,
Yes.
Colorado, even if it was Vegas,
Right.
Against Dallas, that's a tough one to get through. Are you still of the opinion that whoever comes out of this series is going to the Stanley Cup?
I do 100%. I know I said that the first round, and now I believe it. I said it thinking that was a good idea, and now I'm even more convinced of it. I really am. I mean, this is like, you're a boxer. It's like you're sparring with really good guys, and then your opponent ends up being less better than the guys you're sparring. That's what I feel like.
It's kind of like Lomachenko, Kambosos.
Hey, you watch your mouth on this show. You know Kambosos can do it. He's a champion. I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Kambosos, here on the sports show, we did an interview with him. He was the 9th ranked at the time, goes on and wins the championship. Sure, he hasn't talked to us since.
Hasn't returned
but
our calls.
He is our friend and a friend of this program.
Your friend.
He's a friend of this program.
No, he has some work to do.
Good luck, buddy. We got you.
No, you have to repair
Christos
this
nasty
relationship.
to you, too. All right. We move over to the series that, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't planned. We have an exclusive, a guy that was there for game 1. My partner in crime was in Rogers Place, Vancouver versus Edmonton, game 1. You saw it with your own eyes. The comeback of comebacks. Now, this is the one thing, 2-part question. Tell us about the game. Give us the inside on the inside. And secondly, you mentioned on this very podcast that you were cheering Edmonton. How uncomfortable was it for you cheering for Edmonton in Vancouver?
Oh, I switched faster than you can read about in Switch
I
magazine.
knew he'd trade. I knew it.
Listen. First of all, the game might have been the greatest hockey game I've seen live.
Okay.
And I think just because of the stakes, right?
I would say
so.
so.
We were in Vancouver for a work trip. We got the inside on the inside, got some tickets, which was really nice. Got blessed with some really good tickets.
Nice.
So I was excited because we got 2 periods of Edmonton attacking.
Okay.
So, okay. And the Oilers were staying in our hotel.
I heard.
Okay, so I walked by them a few. Yeah,
So, quick question.
Yeah.
How is security at the door, if you know what I'm saying?
No joke. Security at the door was unbelievable.
Okay.
There was someone that tried to get into the hotel,
That's what I'm saying.
and the security was on that person faster than a mall cop.
Really?
It was crazy.
I've always wondered, like, especially during the playoffs.
It
and
was
stuff
there
like
was
that.
no messing around.
So there's really no privacy, hey? Like, everyone knew where they were staying. They're like, oh, they're staying over here.
No, everyone was pretty good at leaving them alone.
Yeah,
like
right.
within the hotel. Like
No,
they
I mean,
were-
like, people found out where they were staying.
But you could just see, like, someone. I was there. Someone walked into the hotel, and it was like,
Right.
you're like, you know what? And that's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice because I feel that's you're also protecting me.
They're protecting you.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
just sitting having my
Sports show, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sitting having my cappuccino like you read about.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the game. I gotta top to bottom. Vancouver fan, can I just say something?
Sure.
Where are your women?
What? What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
There were no women in the stadium.
The game, 20,000 people, you're saying was...
You guys, I don't know what you're doing over there. Like, I get your fans, but come on. Like, no women.
There's no Vancouver Canuck lady fans.
One for every 30.
One for every 30.
And let's just say the one, you might want to have a couple in you.
Really?
That's all I'm going to say.
Whoa!
Moving on.
Dimitri with the exclusive of the Vancouver woman
Hey,
fan.
you wanted me to...
I did.
You wanted this.
We did.
We wanted this.
That's right.
I'm here to tell the truth. The stadium's fantastic. I don't really believe that there's no bad seat.
Okay.
Being a Calgary fan, it really, really bothers me. It really bothers me to walk in and to see something beautiful like that
Yeah.
and have to go home to the Saddle Dome.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's going to get taken care of.
Right.
I get it.
A couple of years.
So the game was electric, you guys. The Vancouver fans, they're out of control. The whole presentation, there's always something going on. They love him. They're JT Miller.
Yeah. Oh, I love him too.
Oh, man. JT Miller. Like, he's almost like Rob Van Dam, like
Right,
RVD
right.
from wrestling.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like,
That's
how
awesome.
each team goes. But it was tailor-made. Like, when they were down, so they were down 4-1. They come back and win at 5-4. They score 3 goals in the third. But it was just the way that it happened, Mitch.
Right.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I don't know if I'll ever be present for another story-written game like that in my life again. It was deafening loud in there. But here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I was cheering for Vancouver because you're there. Why not? Get inside of it.
Nah.
You guys,
Nah.
when the Oilers are on,
Yeah.
there is nothing more beautiful to watch. Holy shit.
You know, watching that game last night, so I watched game one. Knowing you were in the crowd, I kept looking for you. Couldn't find you. But I knew you were there in spirit. When they came back and won that game, Vancouver, I'm like, you know what? They just showed Edmonton, LA's LA, we're Vancouver. We beat you 4 games this year. Don't underestimate us. And I think they proved their point. Last night, though, I think another point was made as well. Edmonton ends up winning in overtime. Nice win. We talked about it a little bit before we got here. Connor McDavid literally put the team on his back. Along with, like, there was one line. Him and Draisaitl and whoever else, and Hyman, I'm sure, was on that line. And then everyone else, I don't know where they were. They weren't in Vancouver because it was 22 guys against 3 or 5 or whatever you want to call it. It was him. What I'm noticing is they are, you know what's that old expression? You can't stop Michael Jordan, but you can contain him. Connor McDavid can be somewhat contained, I'm starting to notice. And if he's got to play 30 minutes a game, that can't be sustained for the rest of this playoffs. So Edmonton fan, I know, again, you guys probably think I'm hating on you. You got to get the guy a little rest because when he's rested and play, he'll carry the team, but you can't get him playing 30 minutes a game. It's too much for the guy. You need him. You need him to be somewhat fresh, right? Am I crazy?
I don't think you're crazy at all. Like, at some point, he's going to catch up to you. Like, this is grueling hockey, you guys. Like, I saw Draisaitl in the... So, in game one, whoever had watched the game, if you remember in the second period, Draisaitl and McDavid were both kind of in and out there. Well, the next day, I see him. He comes off the elevator, right? And he's walking. We gave the nod. You know, we acknowledge. Yeah, he acknowledged his tribal
Did you do
chief.
the up or the down?
I did the wink down.
The wink down.
I went like this. I was like, it was one of those.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
This is how I winked at him. He comes out. He looks. I'm like, right?
Yeah.
He gave me a.
He gave you the wink down.
He didn't do the wink down.
No, he didn't.
Just the down.
Just the down.
So this was me.
Yeah.
And this is him.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you think he appreciated your wink down?
I think he appreciated it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was more like a boom, boom,
Yeah,
thanks,
okay.
go.
Sure.
But he was kind of limping a bit.
He's limping.
So I was watching him. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's not looking good over there.
Doesn't look nice.
It doesn't look nice. Yeah, it was great. But McDavid, like I said, he's got the R trigger right on the Xbox at all times. He's out of control.
Yeah.
He's nuts. That team is fast. When they're on, they're on. Kane's a beast.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, watching Evander Kane, you're like, man, this guy's tough. Like, he's a tough player. But I still pick in Edmonton. Like, it's dangerous.
Yeah. You know what? Edmonton, here's the thing. Edmonton, as long as they can beat you a few times 5-on-5, they'll be fine. Problem is I think they're relying too much on their power play. Like, they want you to, make mistakes, but teams are starting to figure out, like we said it last week, they're not going to spot you the power play. It's too risque. Let's call it what it is. Like, if you're going to get 3 power play chances, they're going to score on at least 1. That's 1 goal. If you give them 5, they're going to score on 2 or 3. Like, that's too many goals to give up in the playoffs. People are going to put their hands away. And I think the refs, too, do not want that to be decided on them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So watch out, Edmonton fan. They are gunning for you. Let's just all call it what it is. The NHL is going to try to help you, but other teams know that, and they're just gonna stay out of your way. It is what it is.
That's right.
And P.S., can I just say one last thing? You know who I think has become a fan favorite in Vancouver? Zadorov.
Oh, they love him.
Like him and JT Miller together, I think could be a deadly combination on Robson Street.
But Zadorov and Tyler Myers, those are big boys.
Big boys.
Ice, man.
But they love them some Zadorov.
We love them too.
We like them. Had them. We're off to the killer list because it's everyone's new favorite list. It's brought to you by Sinatra's The Killer Slice, 403-452-7222. At number 5, it's we've mentioned them a few times. It's the Boston Bruins. Game 7. They won it. Done.
It might fall short this time, Mitch.
At number 4, listen, we had him also, but the guy just keeps getting better and better, and it's under a magnifying glass. It's Matthew Tkachuk.
He is what you want.
He is what you want. Everything you want.
Yeah.
At number 3, it's Ottinger. This guy is starting to catch stride, and when he does, take it from 2 Calgary fans, you don't want that guy getting hot. You just don't.
You guys all better keep your mouths shut because, maybe he's not a playoff goalie.
At number 2, I know, I'm just going to say it. It's Hyman. 9 goals. You know what they say about 9 goals? Timing. He's in the right place at the right time. Why be mad? He keeps buying a lottery ticket. He keeps winning. I can't be mad at the Hyman.
Good on you, Buster.
And at number 1, he was called out by his team. He showed up in Game 7. And then in Game 2 of the Florida series said, hey, Tkachuk, you want to go? Went to the bench, told his coach, I'm going to fight this guy. I got to fight him, coach. And Pasternak drops the gloves. At number 1, it's Pasternak.
Respect.
I like it.
Respect.
I like it.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I liked it a lot. We're off to the NBA real quick. He did it. He did it again. He should be 4-time champ, but he's 3-time out of 4-time. It's the Jokic winning the MVP again 4 times. I mean, he doesn't have it 4. Well, he has it 4 times, but he doesn't have it 4 times in a row. I don't know what to tell you. I love this guy.
What if more could be said?
Well, he's 3 times out of 4, but he really should be 4 out of 4.
He should have won.
Like Embiid, come on, give him back the trophy. Do what's right.
I think there should just be a recount. Just be like, you know what, we messed up. Fine, here you go. Like they just didn't want to do it.
Just take the highlight or take the marker and just go.
He's
second.
unbelievable, you guys. And the best part is that there's not even a debate.
Right.
It's not even a debate. He should just keep it until he has to give it back.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they ended up winning last night against Minnesota. But Minnesota was on a heater, man.
What did we say?
Yeah. What did we say?
What did we say?
Anthony Edwards, right now, at the tender age, remember this, 22. They are comparing him to Jordan, and this kid is everything in a bag of chips.
Guys.
And I'm telling you, if Nick here has got 3 MVPs, this kid's on his way to 10. Like, it is unbelievable what this kid might be able to do.
Timberwolves team is great.
They look good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. What do we got? One last thing. They did end up firing the coach in L.A. I just think it's hilarious. J.J. Redick might end up being the new head coach of and he's from First Take. I just think this is what the media can do for you. You go from sitting with Stephen A. Smith to now maybe coaching the legendary Lakers. This is how you do it. I like it. It's brilliant.
That's good for J.J. Redick, but anyways, you Lakers, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over. It's done.
It's done. The pop has no more carbonation in it. There's no fizz.
Well, there's going to be. You know why? Bronny's going to get drafted this year. You know.
Wow.
They're going to take him. Watch. You'll see.
What a disaster.
They're just going to take us so they can play together
What a disaster.
and then move on with their lives.
This is the shitty part about business in sports.
This is what's
the
gonna
marketing
happen.
Dollars. What a disaster.
Well, but how is it any different than what happens to us in the Greek restaurants? How is it any different? You get you're born into it, and you get management position right away. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You get management.
Okay.
It's in your blood.
Sure. Because every kid that takes over the restaurant is the right call, right?
I never said it was the right call.
Hey.
I said it happens. I said.
Yeah, you alluded that it was a good call.
I know what I alluded to. We're blessed. All right? We're blessed.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Ma, get the wings. We're blessed to be in this industry. We're off the rapid banter. A report came out this week. The richest owners in sports. At number 1 is Steve Ballmer of the Clippers, $119.8 billion. At number 5 is Miriam Adelson. She's the new owner of the Mavs. Dimitri, what does she do for a living?
I have no idea.
Number 2, WrestleMania 41 has been picked. It's Las Vegas. You like it? Don't like it?
Oh, WWE. You are just continuing to jump the hurdles. It's great. It's great.
It really is. I mean, why they didn't do it the same weekend as Super Bowl? They should just follow the Super Bowl around and do it every year right behind them.
That's hilarious.
Like the little brother. We're like, hey, how's it going? We're here too.
Like those fish that are like on the sharks. That they swim with the sharks.
That's right.
They're just like, they leave them alone. You do me, I do. It's all good.
It's all there.
I love it.
It's a great train. J.J. Redick will most likely be the next Lakers coach. Foul or first take?
A first take foul.
First take foul. At number 4, it's Drake versus Lamar. 2-part question. Number 1, what's their beef?
Overcooked and boring.
And who do you got, Drake or Lamar?
Drake.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know Lamar's a little guy? I heard this the other day. He's like 5'2". Did you know that?
Let me guess who you're taking.
Lamar, you're overlooked. They don't respect you, Lamar. You keep doing what you do.
Literally overlooked.
Hey, Lamar, don't you listen to him. You stick to your guns, Lamar. No one talks to you in that way. Last one. I said it earlier, and you mentioned it last week. Right now, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Ooh.
In this current playoffs, name me how many Flames, current and past Flames how many past Flames are doing well in this year's playoffs?
I think it's 5.
Give me the names.
Zadorov in Vancouver, Hanifin in Vegas, Tanev in Dallas, Kachuk, well, I guess, Kachuk and you could say Bennett, but we got Kachuk in Florida. Who am I missing, Mitch?
He's in Vancouver.
Who am I missing? Oh, yeah, and Lindholm in Vancouver.
I'm just saying. Did you see that 5? And there's more. I know there is.
Yeah. Wow. Did I just off the cuff nail that?
Often 5. Boom. Done.
And you think I don't know my sports?
Listen, the last couple of weeks, the Maga Malaka has been on a heater.
It's on a heater.
So much so.
Amy's only clipping Maga Malaka. Like, she's doing it every week.
Well, get ready, Amy, because guess what? I got a 3-time. I got 3. I got 3 potentials.
What?
Number 1, Maga Malaka. The Utah hockey team. They come down with the legit final names, and we'll go through them if you want. That's option number 1.
Okay.
The real names that they're looking to go with. And number 2, we talked about at the very beginning of the show, the roast. Which GOAT should get the next roast? Okay.
Okay.
And at number 3, it's basically ideas that died. They were good ideas at first, but died later on. Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld, let me give you an example. Jerry Seinfeld came out this week and said, NBC took away money from Saturday Night Main Event because they needed to give us money for our show. But Saturday Night Main Event was a big thing for me and Dimitri back in the day. They took it away from us. So it could have been something big. So something big is the third one. Those are your three options.
Ah, you know what? That's neat. That's neat. Part of me wants to keep it sports. I don't want to do the Utah. The second one, what was it again?
Roasters, going after goat roasts. So we did Tom Brady. He's off. Which other goats should we roast? Goat status roasts.
You know what? I'm going to keep it thematic. I'm going to go with the goat roasters.
Goat roast. Let's go.
Okay.
Here we go. Maga Malaka, LeBron James.
Malaka. You know why?
Why?
I'd want to see him get roasted.
Yes.
The problem is,
Right.
if the guy is going to cry over an elbow that doesn't actually hit him in the face,
Right.
he can't take it.
He can't take it. I agree with you. There's only a certain kind of guy that can take it.
Yeah.
I don't think he would take it very well.
No.
He doesn't like criticism as it is. Didn't he kick a woman out of, during, like around the COVID times too. It was like right when they were letting some people back in. And he's like, nah. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like the way you're talking to
That's
me.
right. What about a Wayne Gretzky?
Ooh, Maga.
See, I think it would be great. But the thing is, like, what exactly can you roast him on? There's only like really one or two things. Like you can make fun of his old like betting habits. I guess you can attack his gorgeous daughter. I don't know what else. Like, what do? You're like, you're so good.
See, yeah, I might have changed my tune maybe to say Malaka because at the same time, it's no, I'd go Maga. I think he could take it well.
Yeah.
But it's always good knowing that they're making, like with Tom Brady, they're all making fun of you, but you are literally better than all of them.
100%.
In life.
In everything you do.
In everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a little, let's say, Ronaldo? A Ronaldo roast.
Yeah, Maga.
Okay.
There's a lot to work
There's probably
with.
something there. But it has to be in English because I wouldn't understand the Portuguese.
No, it would have to be at the Miami Stadium
Yeah.
with Messi present.
¿Cómo estás? What about Messi? A little goat status for Messi.
No, anytime you need a translator, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
you're right.
Malaka.
I think you're right. I think you're right on this. Yeah. What about a little, what do we got here? Lance Armstrong. Now, did they do one for him?
Maga.
Yeah, I think so. But did they do
Do
one
it
for
again.
him? Do it again.
If they did, do it
one
again.
more time.
Do it again.
Especially when Tom now is basically kind of admitting about the Deflategate. I'm just saying. 20 million?
Yeah,
You could have gave it to him. You could have gave it to him, Goodell. I'm just saying. Hey. Here's one for you. Joe Rogan. He's a GOAT status of some kind. What about a little roast on the Joe Rogan?
Oh, I'd like that. That's Maga.
I think
That's
so too.
Maga.
That
yeah,
could be
because
fun.
you just know that when it's his turn,
Yeah.
he'll give it back good too.
That's true. That's a very good point.
It's a good roast.
Hey, what about Babe Ruth? Maga or Malaka?
I don't think he'd be around to take the call, Mitch.
Well,
Babe
fair
Ruth.
enough.
No, I'm gonna go Malaka because roasts weren't a thing
Right.
back then. So
He could get a little upset.
He might fight.
Yeah, there could be an actual fight.
Yeah. It's not explained to him.
Hey there, Muggsy. What's he saying about me over there? And their pants are hiked up all the way up to their...
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, that's right.
What was up with that style?
What's
Like
that?
they would hike their pants up really high?
Yeah, well, because they had huge bellies as athletes.
So they put it over their belly?
Yeah, because when they were running, it doesn't go past the belly.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Never thought of that. Oh, okay, here's one for you. It's one of
What are
Dimitri's
you talking about? Half the Greek dads are like that.
Terry
anyway.
Fox. Terry Fox, GOAT status. Dimitri, you seem to want to roast him. I don't know. I'm just curious. Would you roast Terry Fox?
Maga, what's next?
I couldn't agree more. It would probably be the funniest stuff of all time.
Go ahead. Next.
A lot of
Anyways,
great
thank
jokes
you.
on that one. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of a go. Two more.
I'm not going there again.
Okay, last one. Johnny Sins, GOAT status. Would you give the spit roast to Johnny Sins?
Just give him a chance, you guys. Just give him a chance. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Sure, he says Johnny sins, but he's as wholesome as they come.
That's it. It's not his fault he's GOAT status. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Boom.
Really good, really good. Although the woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's a save that for next week.
Clear Coke, Maga or Malaka.
You know, I remember that.
Yeah. Did they give it enough time?
No, they didn't.
That's right, they didn't.
No, they didn't. Imagine if they did clear Pepsi, clear Coke, but with no sugar.
The Google glasses. Remember the Google
No,
glasses?
we can't go
I'm
through it.
just
We got to
saying.
be fair to
All right, fair enough,
be fair to
enough.
those. And to be fair, thank you for being fair with us. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Please continue to listen. Do not forget to subscribe to the channels if you haven't already. Tell a friend at Sports Show Podcast, both on the Insta and the YouTube. We got some really good content. We've upped our game, you guys. And at the very least, if you're not doing it for us, support the Amy that does some good work. I'll put it to you this way. We've told Amy that the bigger the number she gets, the more money she gets.
That's it. It's
So
simple.
forget us. Do it for her. She deserves it.
You don't think
okay?
she wants to get married?
She's
You don't
been
think she
through
needs-
enough.
Enough!
Okay? She's been through enough.
That's right. She deserves this.
Yes. You know how proud I was the other day? She sent us a snap in her Blue Jays gear. She's
I
going
saw.
to the game.
She's going to the game.
She's like, I'm a sports show girl.
That's right.
That's right. Don't give up on her.
Do you think she knows anything about baseball?
Who cares?
Is she like Vancouver girl?
Oh my God! So I showed it. I showed Tapana. And she's like, "Hey, hold on. Episode 306, one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker. We got to hit the showers.
Right.
Move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday we're going through, right? And I was on my Instagram. Tapana's right beside me.
Oh, no.
This is so good. This is so good. So I like pause it. I go, yeah, that's Amy. That's the Amy that does the thing, right? She hadn't seen her for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go out. She's like, oh, she's gorgeous. I go, oh, yeah, she's very good looking girl, right?
Just let anyone edit her stuff.
Yeah, right. And then you can kind of, she's like, yeah, it's not. And then, kind of turn, it's not what I expected. She's like, I expected like this. She goes, red-haired, really artsy marketing girl.
So funny.
Go, yeah, no, that's not. She's like, but yeah, she's really pretty. Hey, now she's getting. She's like,
you're getting. Oh, no.
right. I go,
You're crazy.
right. I go, yeah. I go, and she's staying. And just so you know, if it's not
You tried the full rank?
if it wasn't you,
Yeah.
it would have been her. So you, it was so funny. But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Has the cat seen the Amy?
Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? No. I delete. She'll send me a message. Delete. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you?
I go, where do you think I got the handstand information from? Wanted to do handstands. So I reached out. I reached out to Amy. She does all the pole dancing and she does handstands. Right?
Just now, that one verb that just said the pole dancing, all of a sudden it was ding, ding, ding.
Subscriptions.
They're like, why didn't you guys say anything earlier? That's all you have to say.
She's got all her friends following us too, eh?
Damn right they do it. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you all, friends.
Oh,
and
God
don't
bless
follow
them.
me. Don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Yeah.
Some
Don't.
good stuff.
Yeah. no,
Last
that's
one, the Utah team. I'm just throwing this out there. The Utah Black Diamond.
good. Is that a?
That's an actual name they might go with. The Black Diamond. What was wrong? The Bunny Hill taken? What happened? The Black Diamond?
Oh.
What is
gross.
going on with you guys? You have it.
Gross.
The Soakers is right there.
What-
Take it and run.
Okay, super quick before
Yeah.
we do the next show. What were the names? Go through the names.
The Frost,
Boring.
Ice,
Nope.
Powder. I'm dead serious. Mountaineers, Freeze, Blizzard, Mammoth, which, by the way, Colorado lacrosse team has. You can't steal that. Blast, Caribou. I don't know why I kind of like that one. The Venom. And
Hold on. The Utah Caribou.
The Caribou. The Hives. Now, that one I could. Utah's got a case of the Hives. I kind of like that one. And then the Swarm. And actually, this is the one that I actually think they should go with. The Utah Hockey Club. Just nice and easy. Hockey Club.
You know what? That's not a dumb idea.
I know. I'm telling you, that's the one they should go with.
Huh.
Pole dancing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
because we were thinking of doing handstands. Someone at work brought it up. And I'm like, yeah, we should attempt this. So I looked at Amy because she teaches us.
Right, right.
She told me the technique.
Uh-huh. Good show, everyone.
Big gulps, huh?
Gotta go.
Well, see you later.
She don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to win this. Where freedom is so now
W was Saved by the Bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
I be locked in.